I'm Mike Huckman at the BioBiz Center, where I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. David Piacquad, who is the Senior Vice President of Business Development at Amgen. Thank you for being here at the BioBiz Center, David.
Good to be here, Mike.
So let's start by talking about how big of a footprint, if you will, you and your team have here at Bio this year. How many people did you bring along to the international convention? And then also, how many meetings are you taking here from a BD perspective?
Okay, no, great. We have maybe 20 people. We have not the biggest business development group in the industry, but hardworking, so we'll have over 300 meetings this week at Bio. My understanding is that's the third most meeting of any of the attendees at the convention.
Busy schedule. So put that into context.
Yeah.
How many different potential partnerships, alliances, et cetera, do you kick the tires on in a given year? And then on the flip side, how many do you actually close a deal on?
Yeah, so in a typical year, last year we actually did a count, and it was about 2,900 opportunities we looked at. And then in a typical year, we'll do maybe 100 deals all in, but many of those are sort of smaller technology deals for antibodies or intellectual property. Several, maybe 10 or so of those 100 are sort of bigger collaborations that involve in-licensing or out-licensing of products, or even on occasion acquisitions.
David, you've also been very candid about changes that Amgen has made in its strategic business development approach. And you've kind of created a one-stop shop, if you will, streamline the process, refine the machine. Talk about why you did that and what you've done.
Yeah, thanks. So, about a year and a half ago, we said business development is really critical to innovation. It's our belief that you have to be able to innovate internally, discover your own things, but also innovate by sourcing new opportunities from outside. And so we said, if it's really that important, because innovators win and then non-innovators fail in this industry, if it's really that important, it should report to the CEO, and then we should have everything under one tent, so there's no confusion either internally or externally about who we are, who people are meeting with. And so it's really a little bit surprisingly unusual to have it all in one tent and reporting to that level.
What does that mean? You put legal, you put scientists, you put financial, all in the same room essentially, so they don't have to be moved from one department to the next as you move along the process in a business development situation?
Well, a little bit different. Certainly those groups all work very closely with us, although they don't report up through me. But we put what we call prospectors, who are typically PhDs who have worked in research and now are dedicated to going out and searching the earth to find the best innovation, as well as deal makers, the people who run the models on our deals. Our venture capital group is under this tent. And then finally, the people who work on deals after they're done. We call it alliance management, the people who are sort of the diplomats between us and our partner. So that's all under one tent. And Mike, I think, there's a good example I can give where I think this really paid off. So late last year, we did a fairly complex deal, an ambitious deal with a startup company, actually in Southern California, like Amgen, called Kite Pharmaceuticals. Kite is working on a very exciting immuno-oncology program called CAR T cells. It was really a novel approach. I won't get into the mechanics of the deal, but it was complicated, it was a new technology, and we needed to move fast at a tough time of the year as people were heading off for the holidays. My ability to report directly to the CEO and keep him really on top of these very rapidly moving negotiations.
Made a difference?
I think made a huge difference for us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I noted that you called them prospectors,
yes,
not hunters.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. It's my view, and I've been in this industry 30 years now, it's my view that at one point this industry had almost a hunter and prey sort of relationship with smaller companies. It was almost like the big guys wanted to come in and take your, as a small company CEO, take your technology and strip it out and then run off with it. And I think we have a much more evolved view in the industry. Certainly Amgen has a more evolved view where we are willing to put equity in, we're willing to do collaborations. We really want to work hard to attract the best innovation. And the best way to do that is to have a sort of live, let live, and let's prosper together sort of relationship. So yeah, we don't want anything that suggests too much aggression. So yeah, prospectors are out there looking for the best technology.
David Piacquad, the SVP of Business Development at Amgen, on the evolution of business development strategy. Thanks for joining us here at the BioBiz Center.
My pleasure, thank you.